um, Welcome everybody to I'll Hang Up and Listen, brought to you, of course, by Fatty Beer Company, Western New York's premier market and tap room with over 300 beers to choose from at 7 different Western New York locations. If you need a beer, get on over to Fatty Beer. Let them know we sent you over here at Two Goalies, One Mic. Um, of course, as always, brought to you by Extreme Discount Mattress. West New York's finest selection of fur mattresses and adjustable beds, featuring the Cool Gel Memory Foam Mattress, Chabon Wells, Scott Living. One of my favorite mattresses, honestly, is Scott Living. I'm sorry if I sound really down about my ad reads. Let me start this from the top. Because our sponsors deserve a better effort from me than what the Sabres gave us tonight. And quite frankly, was the most ass hockey game I've ever watched. So let's start from the top again. Welcome everybody to I'll Hang Up and Listen, brought to you by Fatty Beer Company, Western New York's premier market and tap room with over 300 beers to choose from at 7 different Western New York locations. If you need a beer, get on over to Fatty Beer. Let them know Two Goalies, One Mic sent you. And of course, shout out to our sponsor, Extreme Discount Mattress, with Western New York's finest selection of mattresses and adjustable beds, featuring Cool Gel Memory Foam, two-sided mattresses, Tele-Latex, Organic Mattress, Chabon Wells, and of course, Scott Living, all for 1/3 to half the supposed sale prices anywhere. Stop into their 7 locations across Western New York, or check out their website, which is extrememattress.com. That's extreme with an X. If you're looking for more savings, check out their new closeout center at 1625 Walden Avenue in Cheektowaga, with up to 80% off the already low prices. You can see a fortune on one-of-a-kind closeouts and floor samples. Get a quality mattress for literally pennies on the dollar. Extreme Discount Mattress. We sell mattresses for less, a lot less. And don't forget, if you mentioned that you are a fan of Two Goalies, One Mic, get yourself a free, yes, I said it, free mattress protector with any purchase of a mattress from Extreme Discount Mattress. So, as you guys can see, I started it off very lackadaisically, intentionally, because I thought I was going to be clever, smart, and witty. Oh, I'll get a better effort from the ad read. Don't get the same effort as the Sabres gave us tonight, because quite frankly, that was awful. That was tough to watch. The opening 20 minutes, that was some of the worst hockey they've probably played since November. That was bad. That was really, really bad. And we're going to get into all that, no doubt. And I'm obviously, as you guys can see, I am writing solo tonight. And honestly, I don't think I want to subject Hurls to talking about this game either, because it was that bad. This game sucked. It was bad. No doubt about it. So, old habits are creeping back into their game. It has not looked good at all. I don't really know how else to put it. Like their performance tonight was awful. It stunk. Absolutely, positively stunk. And defensively, I mean, and listen, I know I get some flack on this app saying, "Oh, I don't criticize." You know, I'm not critical enough of Alex Lyon. Yeah, I need an Alex Lyon save, and I believe this is the second goal. It hit him. It went in the net. You need a save there. You absolutely do. But I will say this: you're not going to beat a hungry, desperate Detroit Red Wings team only scoring twice. And especially against a guy like John Gibson, who is one of the better goalies in the league when he's on his game, and has been for a long time. Again, just a lot of bad play from the Buffalo Sabres. Make no mistake about it, tonight wasn't good. It was sloppy. It was honestly, and I'll say this too. I would have loved to have seen Malenstein, Carrick, and Benson get a lot of minutes tonight, because I think that was the type of line that this team needed to find a spark. Yeah, because there was no spark. They stunk. They absolutely stunk. I really, it was just ass. That whole game stunk. I apologize. I'm trying to produce the show while at the same time talk to all of you, of course. Um, but yeah, so uh Owen Power didn't look good tonight. Timmins, I mean, I thought Timmins looked okay in that last game, his first game, but I mean, it looked okay. Tonight, that first goal, I mean, that's your man. That is your man. You left your man. You allowed him to screen Lyon. He makes the first save. Like, you're supposed to be there to help clean that garbage up, and you were nowhere to be found, man. You were nowhere, absolutely nowhere to be found. Horrible game from him. McLeod has not looked good in a while. I think he's looked off quite a bit. Maybe this is one big overreaction. I don't know, but I haven't liked his game at all. Going back to the Boston game, you probably put 2 goals squarely on his shoulders. We want to talk about goaltending last 2 games. I thought UPL played fine against Boston. Obviously, I saw the game-winning goal. The game-winning goal against who was it that scored the game winner in overtime? I forget. Not that it matters. It went 5-hole. You want to save there, but like I thought he played fine enough to win that game. But these slow starts have crept back into their game, and that's not good. I mean, I think you've worked way too hard this season for you to go on this type of a slump. You've worked for too hard and too long to give these types of efforts. I mean, I know Tage. I think I saw a post game quote from Tage, and he, essentially kind of downplaying and not worrying about it. Yeah, maybe so. Maybe you want to downplay this. Maybe you want to, just chalk it up as, just a little bit of a cold streak, sure. But if you let these bad habits creep back into your game now, they could possibly be there for playoffs where everything is just taken up a level, amplified. The electricity in the building, the intensity of a first-round playoff matchup, whoever it's against, for the first time in 14 years. You cannot, I repeat, you cannot come out flat like that. Now, this is 2 games in a row where they've come out completely flat. The first game was excusable. You are on the back end of a West Coast road trip on a back-to-back. And now you have Seattle, who you've had struggled with in the past. You cannot, you got to come out like a bat out of hell tomorrow. An absolute bat out of hell tomorrow. And even if you don't get the performance you want out of UPL, you got to find a way to lift him. You got to start lifting your goal. Like, you have to find ways to lift your goaltenders when they don't play up to snuff. Right? I felt like sometimes the only guy out there really trying to will this to a win was Tage. I thought Tage played well. Like, he was doing everything he possibly could. He was shooting. He did score, but like doing everything he could. I remember the puck was, I think we were on the power play. The puck was heading out of the zone, and he busted his ass to make sure he kept it in. Again, like, and I even tweeted it during the game. It's like, this might be one of the games where a guy like Tage Thompson has to will this team to a win. And you just can't be 1 or 2 or a small group of guys. Sometimes you're not going to get the performance you want from your goaltender. Sometimes, you're going to have an off night here, but you got to find ways to get this in the garage. And yet you escape with 2 points in the past 2 overtime, 2 games where you had overtime losses. Great. But this is a team that is hungry and fighting for their playoff lives. You could possibly win the Atlantic Division for the first time since, 2009, 2010? Back whatever the division was called back then? Or maybe that was the President's Trophy year. I can't remember. But you've worked too hard for too long. And I know I see all the comments in the chat. I'm going to get to it. You've worked too hard for too long to play like this. You have. Like, what is the point of Jack Quinn if he's not going to shoot the puck? Like, I think And there's so many Jack Quinn apologists out there. And don't get me wrong, he is super talented. Super, super talented. I know people like to compare. No, he's not Victor Olofsson. He's better than Victor. He has better hands. He's a better skater. And he's me. I don't know about in terms of shooting, because fucking Olofsson has a cannon too. But if you're not going to shoot the puck on the power play when they give you a lane, then what is the point of you being out there? That is your best quality, is that shot. I'm sorry, you're not going to get a breakaway or be in the shootout every game, giving this team chances to win. If you are not going to shoot when you are given a lane to shoot, then why are you out there? Why are you forcing passes that aren't there? If you are given the lane to shoot, Jack Quinn, shoot the fucking puck already. Like, what are we even doing here? Oh, my God. I just don't know, man. I just don't know. It is tough to watch, dude. It is tough to watch. I'm looking on Twitter, this one account, Tage and a Slug. Sabres Twitter is back, and he just posts a screenshot of the replies, reposts, and likes, and there was 75 replies to a tweet. I'm assuming it's a Sabres tweet. Yeah. Listen, just an inexcusable opening 20 minutes. You cannot, and I said it in that game against Boston. I was sitting close to Nick Fatty, and I said, good friend of the program, obviously, our sponsor. And he said, this team has gotten so confident that they feel like they can turn it on at any given moment. And yeah, that might be true. That might be true. Absolutely, that might be true. But you can't, against a team like Detroit that has a lot of talent on them. No way. Absolutely way. Yeah, where is Jack? Where is I'm sorry, Josh Norris, not Jack Norris. I'm so fired up about Jack Quinn. I almost called Quinn apologist. Again, Owen Power not good tonight. Connor Tim is not good tonight. Bowen Byram not good tonight. Like, what were they even doing on that goal by, I think it was Casper? Like, what were they even doing? Like, they were just puck watching. Shit that we were doing to start the season that would get us into a lot of trouble. Yeah, and I see a lot of criticism of Josh Norris, and rightfully so. Rightfully so. Like, I don't get it. From Courtney Nicole. First 4 minutes had me thinking he had this game. As soon as Detroit had the lead, we lost it. Yeah. I thought we started off pretty good, and then we just went back into a lot of our old habits. A lot of our old habits. And it's infuriating. It is absolutely fucking infuriating. We don't have a number one. Gibson was the story of the game. Listen, but we didn't make it tough for Gibson. We really didn't. We gave him a cushy 3-0 lead early, and they were able to sit back on us and just play defense and get that game. I mean, they had like fucking less than 20 shots on the game. And listen, I don't want I don't want to hear Zach Metza. No, Zach Metza, as great as he's been, as he's the analytics darling, and he has been fantastic, but he played 12 to 13 or 10 to 13 minutes a night. Losing Zach Metza for 2 games should not make you revert back to this team. Losing Noah Ostlund for a night should not make you lose the way we did tonight. It's just it's dog shit from the word go. Absolutely, Ryan. Absolutely. And I'm sorry. A lot of comments in here. I know I kind of went on my rant early. If you have a comment and you want me to see it, again, there's way too many to go through, and I'm sorry that I'm not getting to it. I kind of went on a long-winded rant. Use the super chat option, please. It pops right up, and I'll grab onto it. But listen, it is inexcusable to work. I keep repeating this. Like, fucking beating a dead horse. You've worked too hard for too long. You've come together too much as a team to start playing like this. I'm sorry. It is. And don't get me wrong. Maybe I'm overreacting. Maybe I'm overreacting. I very well might be overreacting. But I watched that game tonight and I saw a lot of the old habits. Same thing with the way we started against Boston. Saw a lot of the old habits. We weren't paying attention to detail. Not winning the small battles on the boards. Not willing to take a beating in front of the net. Not willing to give a beating in front of the net. Just a lot of the bad habits have crept back into this team's game over the past few games. Anaheim too, yes. But at least you have the excuse with Anaheim. You're on the back end of a back-to-back. It's a 4-game road trip on the West Coast, a ton of travel. We were willing to give them a pass for that. 100% willing to give them a pass for that. But these last 2 games, you have no excuse. None. Just none. There is no excuse. And anybody making up an excuse for the way they played tonight and the way they played against Boston, I'm sorry, I'm not hearing it. I'm honestly not. It is inexcusable. I don't want to hear it. Absolutely no. No. I won't hear it. But yeah, so only goals coming tonight were from 2 of their captains, Tage Thompson on an absolute missile to the back of the net, and then Rasmus Dahlin was able to squeak one by after they went 4-1. And yeah, get me wrong, I'm not going to be a lying apologist. He needed to play better tonight. You needed the save on that Casper goal for sure, but you also need to not play like a fucking dumpster fire for the first 20 minutes of this hockey game. You lost the game after the first period. Straight up. You lost it. And I don't know. I don't know anymore. But yeah. One second here. I'm looking through the 2 goalies, 1 mic chat, and it's been blowing up ever since I started going live. I'm going to read a few of their comments because again, they're all saying the same thing. There's just I don't want to hear about no Zach Metza. I don't want to hear about I'm sorry. Those guys not being there aren't you have Tage Thompson. You have Rasmus Dahlin. You have Alex Tuck. You have Josh Norris, who again has been disappeared. You have these players on this team who have contributed. Josh Doan, where's he been? I don't know. Sorry, throat was getting a little dry there. Power play has not looked good. The penalty kill, which has been just a real positive talking point all season, top 5 penalty kill all season long, has been dog shit the past few games. I want to win the division. I want to have a shot at winning the Eastern Conference. I want those things. Fuck it, man. We're here. There's 10 games. We've played 72 games this season. Why not? We're in position to do that. You cannot play games like this. You just can't. You control your own destiny right now. You really do. You've put yourselves in such a good position by the way you've played for the past 3 months, and to flush it all away right now, to give yourself a more difficult playoff seed, to not win the Atlantic Division, to not give these fans something more than just finally breaking a playoff drought, to prove to yourselves that you belong there, that you're not just squeaking in a year where there's just been so much parity in your division and in the conference. I don't know. And it's driving me nuts. It's driving me nuts. everybody knows I've been an advocate for Alex Lyon this season. I really need Alex Lyon I've said it so many times. I think he's your starting goaltender night one of the playoffs. I really need him to put a stranglehold on that crease at this point. That performance isn't going to get it done. It isn't. Do I put the game on him? No, I don't. Because, like I said, on that Casper goal, he made 2 incredible saves, and everybody's just sitting there watching. Power's watching. Byram's watching. McLeod's watching. Norris tried to block the shot, I guess. But in order for you to survive in the playoffs, your penalty kill and your power play need to be clicking. You cannot just get this done at 5-on-5. You can't. Yeah, so I don't know. Let me just check the chat real quick here. 1 second. So, you have Seattle tomorrow. Again, you're on the backside of a back-to-back. Seattle's always given us problems. I believe we've beaten them this season, right? Right? We've beaten them this season. I'm not sure where Seattle is in the standings right now, or if they're fighting for their playoff lives. Let me look real quick. I personally don't know. Let me see here. Let's see. Where are they in the standings right now? So the Kraken are 5th in their division right now. They have 74 points. The Pacific Division is so bad. So bad. Yeah, they don't have a shot at playoffs. I mean, right now, your top teams are, by points, top teams in the West by points are Avalanche with 106, Stars with 97, Wild with 94, the Mammoth with 80, the Predators with 77. And then you got we'll take the Predators out for a second. And then in the Pacific, you got the Ducks with 86, Oilers with 81, Knights with 79, and then you have, I don't think they stand a chance. So that, they're not eliminated, but they might as well be out. Pacific stinks. I don't know, man. For me, you have to come out like a bat out of hell tomorrow against Seattle. And honestly, I would start. You want to know what line I'm starting with tomorrow? Start with Malenstein, Carrick, and Benson. Literally just tell them to go out there and just hit anything that fucking moves. Hit anything and everything that moves tomorrow. Be an absolute freight train tomorrow. Zero excuses. Absolutely zero excuses to lose that game against Seattle tomorrow. I need to see better play from Josh Norris. He's just looked way too passive. Okay, I just thought about when Falk manhandled Owen Power, made him look like a toddler. Like, for fuck's sakes, man, you're 6'6". Handle yourself. Logan Stanley. All I've seen really do so far is take penalties. Like, the guy, stay out of the box, bro. The whole team, stay out of the box. Stop taking high sticking penalties. Like, I know they reviewed that Dahlin that was made, it kept it a double. But you have to have control of your stick, man. Even if he lifts the stick into his own face, which it should have been a penalty. You got to have control of your own stick. You just have to. You have to. I don't know, man. That was a tough hockey game to watch. And again, I don't know. I don't know what else to say or what else to do. That was that was ridiculous to watch. Waive Timmons tomorrow and terminate his contract. I mean, they won't do that. I would like that was a bad game for him. He played. I think he played fine leading into this, but um, yeah, that was not. I mean, again, I like this. I like this chat from Jabber. We have not heard a rant since October because they haven't given me a reason to rant. They haven't given me a reason to freak out. None. They've given me nothing. Nothing to freak out about. So I don't know. So let me see. I'm gonna try and hit some chat. And again, please use that super chat feature if you want. Again, I think we have like over 300 chats here that I have to catch up with. If you want something seen, you want me to read it, you have a question or that, don't be afraid, and I'll make sure we get to it. But yeah, it was that was the least amount of fun I've had watching a game in a long time. In a long time. We were all excited when they went out and got Logan Stanley and Tanner. I forgot Tanner Pearson was on the fucking hockey team. I won't lie to you. When I heard that he was playing, and I completely forgot that that fucking guy was even on the team when we heard that Austin wasn't playing. Completely forgot. I don't know, man. Like they made moves. I mean, Sam Carrick is really the only guy that's really stood out of all the players they've added. Outside of like, yeah, Stanley has looked slow. By no means is he impacting the game so negatively that that's the reason they're losing. But like, I don't know, man. You're massive in a game like tonight with the way it was going. I'd like to see him just grab somebody and fucking hurl them to the ice or hurl them into the boards. Just like create a spark, have a positive impact. I can't really pick a moment that wasn't one of the 2 goals out of that entire game where I was like, man, what an effort. Like the only guy that really seemed that didn't, take a shift off tonight was probably Tage and maybe Darlene. I don't know. Pearson is permanently injured. Wouldn't be playing him unless you flat out have to. I mean, I agree. Again, there are very few players I actually noticed out there tonight. The only thing I noticed Jack Quinn not fucking shooting the puck when in a wide open lane on the power play. I noticed that pretty well. That was awesome. We were screaming at my TV watching that. Even when you were down that period, like right after we scored the first goal there in the second period, and like you finally saw the scales tipping back in Buffalo's favor. It was you had that feeling like, hey, they're going to figure this out. They're going to they're going to find the will their way back into this. But then in order to do that, you have to send everything to the net, get bodies to the net, make it harder for Gibson. I really just don't feel like Gibson played all that great of a game tonight. I just don't. Yeah, and I want to pull up a point here from Mauricio. Imagine Sabres collapse and only acquire wild card positions. We need to play hungry and motivated. Yeah, like this team is too good, has played too well to just be a wild card team. Yeah, I don't know. It's from William Whipple, Malenstein, Benson, and Bo were the only ones with effort tonight. Tage, Tuck, and Darlene. I'll disagree with you all night on Tage. I thought Tage looked good. I thought Tage was skating hard out there. But the rest, yeah, I mean, I didn't notice him enough. I just didn't. Darlene, I mean, he had some nice moves out there on the power play when the guy, broke his stick and made him, made it look that so easy. But I don't know. That did not look like the Sabres team we've grown accustomed to watching. I will say that. From another guy, from Ryan. After the second, I texted my dad and said only getting one in that period was rough and a bad sign. Yeah, you needed at least 2 goals out of that second period. No doubt about it. Um, Mix up the lines. Joan and Norris, split them up, new line mates. Yeah, I mean, I'd love that. I would absolutely love that. Like, just try and find a way. Like, you invested a lot into Josh Norris. You're paying that guy a lot of money. He was essentially kind of like one of your bigger additions in the offseason without it like kind of being an addition because we got him at the trade deadline last year. But yeah, you got to find a way to get him going. You just have to. I'm just I didn't sit here through 72 games, do all these post game shows with you guys, stay up for every single West Coast script this year. And I mean, I think for the most part, we hit all those games and recorded after those games, even at like 1:00 in the morning. But I didn't go through all that to sit here and watch the team play like this in the home stretch when you have the possibility of winning the division and the conference on the line. Throw Kesslering back out there. I think tomorrow should be a Michael Kesslering game. Get him back out there. If you can't throw Michael Kesslering out there after what we saw from all 3 pairings tonight, then you might as well trade him next year. Get him back out if he's healthy. If he's healthy, get him back out there. Change something. You're on a 3-game winless streak. I hate using that game. You lost. You're on a 3-game losing streak. I don't care if you got 2 points in 2 of those games. You're on a 3-game losing streak. Go throw Michael Kesslering out there. Just see what happens. You know, I hear it. I see somebody in the chat. Lindy has a grudge against Kesslering. Like, I don't know. Does he? I feel like he's been injured for most of the season. The guy could not catch a break this year. Like, pucks to the face, lower body injuries, upper body injuries. The guy just could not catch a break. But he can provide a spark that this team might need when they're kind of in a cold streak right now. Why not? Kesslering said the other day, this is the healthiest he's felt this season. Then get him out there. Get him out there. What's it going to hurt? You're on a 3-game losing streak. I'm reading a tweet here from Mike Harrington. I think we will see Kesslering for Stanley tomorrow. Yes. Strange but true. The Seattle Kraken are 4-0 all-time in KeyBank Center. Not great. Not a great record at home against Seattle. Maybe we can change that tomorrow. Obviously, you'll see UPL in that tomorrow. Yeah. But that was not a great effort from Buffalo tonight. You can't give a goalie like Johnny Gibson a 3-0 lead and expect to come back and win. Just can't. Can't. And I understand fans' pessimism or whatever the word is about this hockey team. Because we've seen this. I mean, they're going to make the playoffs. This team is not missing the playoffs. Bet my 401k on it. A lot of money, my 401k. I'll bet every penny of it. This team is making the playoffs. This team is ending the playoff drought. But this team has played too well to be a first-round exit. Yes, skepticism. I can't say that word. Blah, blah, blah. Yes, thank you, Alex. Or pessimistic I was going with, but skepticism. Yes. We've all bought in so much with this team. We've bought in so much with this hockey team. The shirts, the signs. We saw the new sign. What was it? Welcome to Lindy Ruffalo. I think the sign said. We're back where it was the Welcome to Pominville sign back in the day. Keep Beck Malenstein a secret. The Lion King. We've all bought in with this team. We are on board. We are with you. But we cannot have another effort like that for the rest of the season. Like I don't know what has to be done. If it's from a coaching perspective, I know we heard the stories how the team kind of stood up as a whole, got together and addressed a lot of issues. Maybe that's what it takes. I don't know. But the special teams have been atrocious these last 3 games. When the penalty kill has really been your bread and butter for most of the season. And special teams are so imperative in the playoffs. So imperative. You got to be able to, you might get one power play in an entire playoff game. You might. And if it's a close game, that power play could be the difference between winning and losing. Tyler Corey. Oh, I miss you, bud. I miss you. I see Greenway needs to be back for the penalty kill. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if he's healthy if you saw Greenway tomorrow. I really wouldn't. For Mauricio. I said Mauricio. Duane, what is going on? I've seen the team play without edge, lackey motivation, no drive. No drive. 1 second. Nothing to play for. Penalty killing, dumpster fire, power play unit, poor passing, and overpassing. Just forcing passes that aren't there. Warpath ran out of arrows. Yarmo didn't mess up the chemistry. Stop it. Is this all on? No, this is not on Yarmo. This is not on Yarmo. He did what we asked him to do. He tried to take a big swing at getting Parayko. He didn't want to come here. Did not want to come here. He tried to go in on Rob Thomas. Couldn't get it done. I was happy when we went and got Logan Stanley. Why not? He's a mammoth. He's a solid third pairing defenseman. Hasn't played like it the past couple of games, but that's what he's supposed to be. Luke Schenn, 18 years in the NHL. He's in that locker room. He's won 2 cups. I think that means something, even if he's not playing. He's in that room. And I hope whatever he has to offer is rubbing off on some of these players. Listen, I don't know. It has been tough to watch. And I just hope this is just me completely and utterly overreacting. I really do. And I might be. This team is still good. Yes, we haven't got it done. We will. Everyone relax from Fred. I appreciate that, man, because this was ugly. That was an ugly game. I hope this is just a cold patch in the final stretch of the season, and a long 82 game season. Could we see Ellis as a shock to the team? No, I don't think so. I don't think Ellis, until they've either clinched a spot or clinched a division, which they might not even do until the final game of the year. I don't think there's a chance in hell we see Ellis start a game this season unless there's an injury. Alex Lyon needs to get his shit together. I think both goalies need to get their shit together. I think both goalies have given up bad goals their last 2 starts. I think goaltending is everything in the playoffs, and we need both of these goalies playing at the top of their game in this last stretch of hockey. No doubt about it. I'm going to throw it back to our sponsors. Shout out again to Fatty Beer Company, Western New York's premier market and tap room with over 300 beers to choose from at 7 different Western New York locations. If you need a beer, get to Fatty Beer. Let them know we sent you over 2 goalies, 1 Mike. And, of course, Extreme Discount Mattress with Western New York's finest selection of mattresses and adjustable beds. They have 7 Western New York locations. You can find them at their website, extrememattress.com. There's Extreme in the next. They also have a new closeout center at 1625 Walden Avenue in Cheektowaga with the 80% off their already low prices. You can see a fortune on one-of-a-kinds, closeouts, and floor samples. Get a quality mattress for literally pennies on the dollar. And remember, if you mention that you are a fan of 2 goalies, 1 Mike at any of their locations, you get yourself a free, yes, I said free, mattress protector with any purchase of a mattress. So make sure you mention that you're a fan of the show when you get over to Extreme Discount Mattress. On another note, for the first away playoff game, and yes, this team will make the playoffs. First away playoff game with weather permitting, of course, at the Lancaster Fatty Beer location. We are shutting down all of Main Street in the town of Lancaster. Again, depending on weather and start time of the game. They're shut down the street. There's going to be giant screens at the ends of each street with street vendors, food trucks, the works. Everybody's going to be out. We did this for the Bills this season. We had a great turnout, around 1,000 people the first time we did it when the weather was still nice. Imagine the weather will be nice. You hope it will be nice. And come celebrate the first round of Sabres playoff hockey in 14 years. Make sure you check it out. We'll be releasing more information as the date gets closer and as we have more transparency on what the weather could look like and obviously start times of games. So keep an eye out for more information on that. And then again, shout out again to our sponsors. We wouldn't be able to do this without you, of course. And now I'm going to take it over to Inside the Locker Room, brought to you by Fatty Beer Company. Again, Western New York's premier market and tap room. Ruff says they need to come out with a good first period and not chase the game. Said Gibson made some key saves. Ruff says taking those penalties, you're going to pay a price, and the Wings took advantage. Darlene said playing from behind means you got to take more risk, and they don't like to be in that position, which means they need to come out with a better start to the game. Tomorrow, more from Darlene, tomorrow is going to show what type of team we are. That seems like a statement. That seems like a statement from the captain. Darlene on the poor start. It's unacceptable. They came out really good and scored 3 early, and it's hard to come back from that. We need a better first period for sure. Thompson says their commitment to playing simple is what has helped them in back-to-backs and hopes that it will be effective again tomorrow. More from Thompson, we're in a good spot. There's no reason to dwell on it. Focus on tomorrow, putting together a full 60. Tage Thompson says that they gave them 2 quick penalties, and it gave their top guys confidence, and it put them behind the 8 ball. Says the second was great, and the third was good, but spent way too much time in the penalty box overall. From Alex Lyon, we're hitting a bump in the road right now. We're going to see what we are made of. More from Lyon. It was frustrating first for sure. Says they are hitting adversity. Says he could have stopped more in the first. Says they can't dwell on it. Snip it in the butt right now and move on to the next game. And that was the end from Inside the Locker Room, again, brought to you by Fatty Beer Company. And I like those quotes from Darlene, that was a statement from the captain. Tomorrow is going to show you what type of team we are. I hope so. Because that's 3 games in a row where you can immediately question the effort. I don't know. So, but I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. I appreciate you all showing up, whether we win or lose. You know how much I appreciate you all. If you've enjoyed this podcast, please make sure you're subscribed for audio only. We're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. You can find myself on Twitter and Instagram at Duane S39. That's at DUANE S39. You can find my co-host Connor Hurley at CHurls13. You can find us at 2 goalies, 1 Mike. We are also on YouTube. I see a lot of you watching on YouTube. Please, while we're sitting here talking, like this video on YouTube. Please smash the like button. If you are not subscribed, subscribe. Please hit the little bell icon. Turn on your notifications so you know when we go live. Much appreciated. Thank you again for being here. You're the reason I do this. When I have a good day, when I have a bad day, before even watching the game, I always look forward to coming on here and talking to you guys, whether I'm by myself or I'm with Hurls or we have another co-host. It really helps me get through a lot. Not even just this hockey team, just gets through a lot in life. Like, no doubt about it. You guys are family. I appreciate the hell out of it. Appreciate the contributions we made ever since we went monetized with the super chat option. Again, how grateful I am to have all you guys here. So we'll talk to you guys later. And as always, go Sabres.